Hi everyone. Today I want to talk a little bit about the vision boards. If you had the same problem or have the same problem as me where you have lots of things on your vision board but majority of them never happen, I think I have a solution. Yeah. And and I think that is a bigger point. Also, if you have like smaller dreams coming true, but bigger things that you actually truly wanted are not happening, this is the topic of this video for sure. So for past 5 years, I've been doing the vision boards with a therapist. She's very popular in the Russian speaking community. She's super smart, really interesting. She created an approach to people personalities through psychiatric research, and it is very helpful, especially for people who are like me, did not or struggle to understand why people are so different. Her approach actually helps a lot understanding what are core values for different types of personalities, why those are core values, and in overall, she's amazing, doing a great job, reading a lot, researching a lot on her own, and she used the therapeutical approach to create vision boards. And I don't think anything is wrong with the approach itself, but I think it is wrong with the amount of thoughts and items we're putting on those boards. It feels like lately, at least in my circles probably, the tendency is to, go for quality over quantity. Maybe it's an age, I don't know. But this year for me was a lot about it. Decreasing quantity, increasing quality. And I figured that I learned a lot of things about myself, about my preferences, and also started to dig deeper into reasoning, which is really helpful when you think about visions. And as a side note, I am an engineer, 14 years in IT. So I was reading a lot of books that are for work, about the effectiveness, how to perform even better, and all this stuff of people who are trying to please other people. One of books actually I have here, and it is a really good one, 12-week year. I've been using this approach for last year, and it's really helpful. Nothing complex. It's pretty simple one, and I feel like you can find a lot of videos about this book and the approach in details. I will talk a little bit about it today. But in overall, I've been reading a lot of books about the effectiveness, how things are working, how strategy works, stuff like that. And what I noticed, especially a few books that kind of spark some ideas in you, and after that you keep reading stuff, and those things are kind of, you can see them everywhere, like confirmations, right? So I think it's all started originally some time ago when I was reading Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. Oh no, From Good to Great. Sorry, From Good to Great. And what I noticed is that it's very simple. For like great companies are using very simple approach. There is no 20 directions. There is no switching between strategies unless it's like actually needed, right? And if you will translate this from good to great content, from your company's life into your own life, you can see that we're also kind of a projects of our own, right? And for some reason, I was using a lot of tips and tricks for my job, but did not specifically translate them into my own life until this year. And this year, I read quite a lot compared to other years. And also this year, I was diving deep into such things as, for example, strategy exercise or an exercise of outcome predictions. Again, for job, I'm a product manager, so this is part of my routine. I love being a product, but again, I did not translate it into my life. And when I figured that I actually should use that for my life, because for work, the worst thing is that you're reading a great book and you have a great idea and you're like, hey, let's implement this for our job. But unfortunately, there is hundreds of other people who are involved and not necessarily on the same page with you. So you have to pitch ideas and even when those ideas prove effectiveness, it's very hard to change our habits and the way we're working and the way we're approaching our work. So I got quite some frustration out of those, learnings that I cannot implement. And I thought, like, why not to implement those for my own life, right? So 12-week year is one of the things that I implemented in my life, but also from good to great is an amazing example of, I think, correct approach to the vision boards. Let me explain. So previous years, the approach was we were starting with splitting our life into sectors like health, relationships, travel, hobbies, blah, blah. On average, it's about 8 sectors. And it's something typical in therapeutical approach, and I think in overall, like, vision boards kind of are based on this. And after that, for each area, we were adding what we want for each of them. And as you can imagine, 8 areas, at least 8 sectors. And even if you will put, like, 5 items in each sector, that is 40 items. If my math is right, I'm not even sure. 40 items on your vision board. So when I picked up my board from previous year, I noticed that majority of items I do not remember, and they're not even relevant to my current reality. And with that, it correlates a lot with this from good to great idea that we should focus. We should focus and we should know where we're going and why we're going there. What is our mission? What is our purpose? And it's not mandatory to go hardcore in those missions and purpose. We're planning for a year, right? It's just a fun exercise for a year. By the way, if you want to put 40 items, no problem at all. But again, if you notice that majority doesn't make sense, they're not happening, or bigger dreams are not coming true, maybe it's time to change something. Let's try. What I did this year is I took my notebook and I put all the areas that I could think of on a list. So those are 12 areas actually: health and body, inner world, emotional health, relationships, family, social connections, career, financial part, lifestyle, house, travels, hobby, and personal growth and study. And I thought, if there are any areas specifically that I feel I have bigger dreams in, or I have something that I want to change that dramatically will impact my life, And I figured that only 4 areas that actually will do the difference. For example, I excluded social connections from my vision board. Why? Because I do have an amazing circle of friends. I did a video actually recently about making friends in your 40s, 30s, any age, frankly speaking. But anyway, I do have a lot of amazing people in my life. I do have a few very, very close friends. I feel like from the standpoint of friendship, I am in a very good position. Doesn't mean that I don't need more people in my life. I would love to find more people, for example, for to support my YouTube channel hobby now. And to get the additional motivation and to be in this energy, that would be lovely. And I also, one of my plans for 2026 is a new hobby. And oh my god, I hope I will find more people there too. But those are not visions, those are just smaller steps that I can do in order to find new connections. And there is also nothing big in terms of social connections that I want to do this year. I can imagine that some people, especially if you have a circle of close friends, you might want to put something like vacation with your friends. And that is an amazing thing to do. And I would love to have that one. But I will have another dream that is also relevant to vacation that is bigger for me. So I choose to put that dream. And I'm excluding social connections. Career, I'm also excluding it. At this point, I am lost in what I'm doing. So I feel like it is irrelevant to put career on my vision board, as I am out of the vision for the career right now. I feel like it's time for a big change, and yet I don't know where it will end up going. So, no career. I ended up with only 4 areas that I choose to work on and add to the vision board for the next year, which are for me relationships, finance, travel, and personal growth. Those 4 areas I feel can make a huge impact, and also I do have a lot of energy, like positive thoughts in specific directions. So for example, a dream of mine, long time dream, was to learn how to do aerobatics. Aerobatics is oh my god, when pilots on the planes do those flips and all the elements. Blue Angels, they do aerobatics. Each time I am watching Blue Angels performance, I'm crying. Like, this is the amount of emotions I do have regarding this topic. So obviously this is the vision for me. This is big for me, and it feels like it makes sense to be on my vision board. Oh my god, the light is leaving us. So only 4 major things that I will put, major sectors that I will put on my vision board. In each of those sectors, there might be a few things that you would want to achieve. I choose to actually cut the list to 1 to max 2 items per sector. So at the end, I will have a max of 8 big dreams, visions on my vision board for the next year. The way I'm working on my visions and dreams are, well, I actually have 2 approaches. One is through manifestation in meditation, and another one, this 12-week approach. For meditation, it's highly beneficial to have a very specific, focused list of ideas that you want to work on, because in state of meditations, at least for me, I struggle to use logical mind. So there is no way for me in meditation to be like, okay, what was on my vision board? And there's like 40 items. And I'm like, oh, well, let's choose that one. No, that doesn't work for me in meditation. First, because it is a changed state of mind. But also logic does not work really well. And another thing is that quite a lot of times in meditation, I feel very elevated emotions. And in those elevated emotions, I feel like I don't need anything. So it's funny sometimes how I'm doing meditation to manifest something. And inside of meditation, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm happy with what I have. Hell. And with the 12-week approach, I'm doing it for past year at least. What I notice is that if I put more than 4 things in it, it decreases the performance dramatically. So only he just stole the attention. So yeah, it is just what I noticed that doesn't work for me to put like 20 items. And naturally I do that because like, hey, I want to read daily. Hey, I want to, and this is for 12-week exercise, not the vision board, right? I want to exercise daily. I want to meditate daily, or I want to clean the house. So I will split by day each room, so I will be able to clean my house throughout the week. And after that, it's like 20 points in one like day. It's impossible to do all of them without burning out. So 3, 4 is enough. And I feel like if I want to work on the vision through this technique, definitely 3, 4 things max. So I can focus. And instead of fulfilling dreams that could be fulfilled in like 3 days, something, for example, horseback riding was also on my vision board. And I feel now it was absolutely wrong to put it on the vision board. It's not a vision. It's a simple decision to go and buy a class. That's it. Like, there is no dream in it. To buy a horse, maybe it's a dream because it involves a lot of components, right? You will have to have enough money. You will have to actually learn how to ride in advance, probably. You will have to educate yourself on how to choose a horse, what kind of a horse you do want, what breed and stuff. So it might be a vision, but I don't think horseback riding classes is vision. Unless this is something very expensive for you and you feel like you want to save for it. But also, I wouldn't put it on the vision board because earlier, like quite a few years ago, I passed the financial course. And in this financial course, they were talking a lot about stocks and stuff. But one cool exercise they had is to distribute your saving into funds. So instead of having one single saving, you are distributing it through your ideas. Like, for example, this is saving for days when you will need financial support. This is saving for, I don't know, expensive items that you want to buy. This is a saving for my hobbies. For example, like horseback riding classes, right? So you're distributing those funds, and once you feel like you have enough funds for a specific area or goal, you're fulfilling that goal or whatever it is. So I would use that approach to resolve a lot of smaller financial needs. We can use the same approach towards house, but house can be a vision, I think, because it's something grand. Again, it's very probably a personal thing to decide what can be and cannot be. but I guess I'm trying to explain from the standpoint of my personal experience and where I am currently in my life. I thought that horseback riding is way too expensive for me, so I did not start it until this year. And this year, again, the problem was that it's way too expensive. I started it when I haven't had a job because I had time and I had saving. And I was like, when, if not now, right? So I started classes and they're expensive, though I have so much joy in those classes that I don't care. I don't care. I will eat less if needed, but will definitely spend more on horses. So yeah, from that standpoint, probably think through your list really well. What is exactly a vision and what might be a smaller goal or something that can be achieved in a different way. And also, if you haven't read 12 Week Year, I would suggest to actually work on that because the book is very small, it's tiny, but the amount of notes you can see, it has a lot of really cool ideas, and also this is basically how to fulfill your vision in more of strategical approach and tactical approach than the manifestation approach. But I believe that both are working. I am personally lately switched a lot into like meditation manifestation techniques, as I figured that major things in my life happened without my push towards them. And a lot of things that I pushed for didn't work well at all. So I'm in that state where I'm trying to reevaluate understanding of achievements and how they correlate with the amount of energy we're putting in. Again, my latest idea is that the amount of positive energy makes sense. The amount of physical energy and emotional energy doesn't. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I hope I'm right. And anyway, that was my approach to the vision board this year. Cut down the list, make it very, very simple. So probably it can actually fit on your phone screen, all your visions. So daily you will see where you're going, and it will definitely give you positive emotions that will help for sure to fulfill your dreams and visions. I hope that everything will work out in 2026 for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.